Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to express my gratitude for the hospitality, for the warm welcome here, and in this specific and special case also for the wonderful and delicious birthday cake we just had a few minutes before. Don't be jealous, it was really delicious. And I would like to say that this is, of course, not only an expression of our close collaboration, it is also an expression of our wonderful and very personal relationship. The United States is our most important partner and ally beyond Europe. Close cooperation across the Atlantic is essential in times of global changes and enormous political challenges. So we discussed, of course, the deeply worrying situation in Syria. The regime of President Assad must be stopped urgently. We support the efforts by the Arab League to solve the crisis, and we agree that the United Nations Security Council must take a clear position to condemn the violence by the Syrian regime. On Iran, I have informed my colleague, Madam Secretary, about the discussions in the European Union on new sanctions. The government in Tehran keeps violating its international obligations on the transparency of its nuclear program. We have no choice but to pass tough new sanctions that address the financial sources of the nuclear program. One thing is clear, the door for serious dialogue remains open, but the option of nuclear weapons in Iran is not acceptable to both of us. And I want to repeat what I said to my colleague and friend in the last hour, a bit before. I think it is important for all of us to see that a nuclear option is not acceptable of Iran. And this is not only our raison d'etre to protect Israel. It is also a question of the balance in the region, and it's also unacceptable if we look to the situation and the non-proliferation necessity worldwide. So I think this is a serious situation, but we will stand united to give a common and clear and, unfortunately, tough answer, because a nuclear option for Iran is not acceptable, not for the region, not for the world. We also discussed the situation in the transformation countries of the Arab Spring. There are enormous political and economic challenges, and we have to support a successful transformation. I explained our transformation partnership, a program which we designed in Germany and what was introduced in our European policy, and I think it is successful. But we all know we have to see and we have to differentiate from country to country, and I think this is necessary, that we do not think one answer fits all, one size fits all. I think it is necessary to give specified answers and differentiated answers. We also discussed the preparation of the NATO summit in Chicago in May. Of course, this is important for us. We both want a successful NATO meeting in Chicago, and we're looking forward to this. Once again, we are looking forward for the hospitality of the government of the United States of America. And of course, we want this summit to become a success, and we will work hard for this. We also discussed, and this is what I wanted to underline, because it is important not only for your discussions, but it's a crucial time for us in Europe, of course, like you all know. We also discussed the debt crisis in Europe. I know that some in the United States paint a dark picture of an old continent unable to solve its problems. First of all, allow me an ironical remark. We finished socialism with the support of the United States of America 20 years ago. And we know that we have to show solidarity. This is our desire and our destiny. as Germans, we know that Europe is not only the answer to the darkest chapter of our own history, it is also our life insurance in times of globalization. And I think it is crystal clear that Germany is committed to Europe and to the Eurozone, and we will show solidarity on the one hand, but on the other hand, we also will ask for structural reforms, because both is the answer to this present crisis. Well, thank you so much for the hospitality, and I unfortunately also want to say a few words to this latest attacks and the killings of our soldiers and our friends in Afghanistan. I'm shocked by the tragic death of the French and the American soldiers in Afghanistan. I would like to express my sympathy and my deepest condolences in the name of the Federal Republic of Germany to all the families and to the relatives. But also it's clear tragic setbacks such as this must not stop our engagement for peace and reconciliation in Afghanistan. Thank you to Hillary. Thank you so much for the time and for the hospitality.
We'll take two today, one from each side. First one is from Kirit Radia.
Hi, Madam Secretary, Mr. Minister. A question on Iran, if I may. Iran in recent days has expressed some willingness to return to talks on its nuclear program. Just today, Lady Ashton released a letter she sent to the Iranians in October, in which she calls on them to take some concrete steps for confidence building. First question would be, what exactly are those steps that you're looking for the Iranians to take? And second, do you take them at their word this time that they're willing to fully engage? And if I may, Madam Secretary, in our way of asking two questions, you've made a decision not to testify on the Keystone XL pipeline next week. Can you explain why you don't want to do that? Thank you.
Well, Kirit, first let me say that we're going to miss you. I understand this may be the last time I get 2, 3, or 4 questions from you. But we wish you well as I think you head off to Moscow, which will be an exciting assignment from all indications. With respect to Iran, first let me say that we have a very strong partnership with the EU, and we expect to see the EU taking some additional steps to keep the pressure on Iran in the coming days. And I believe that we're making it clear to Iran, as the Minister said.
If I may add just a few words to this, because I agree to this answer 100%, but I just want to explain it with my words. For the German government, and of course as a representative of the European Union here. I mean, this letter is important because it underscores, it underlines our dual-track strategy. On the one hand, it is necessary to show the Iranian government that we are united and that we do not accept any option for nuclear weapons in the hands of the Iranian government. This is the one point. But on the other hand, second, it is also necessary to show that we are ready for dialogue, but we are ready for serious dialogue and substantial talks. Just to meet for show, that this meeting would be misused for propaganda, is not what we want to do. And therefore I think this letter of Cathy Ashton is exactly expressing what our strategy is, not only in Europe, together.
Thank you, Madam Secretary, Herr Minister. Secretary, what exactly does the American government expect from the German government in solving the European debt crisis? Mr. Westerwelle made it perfectly clear today that printing more money is not the answer. And allow me, out of fairness, a second question. A follow-up on...
This is the same worldwide.
A follow-up on Afghanistan. Mr. Sarkozy is considering the withdrawal of his troops. Is that the right answer?
With respect to the second question, I am in great sympathy with what happened to the French soldiers. It was terrible, and I can certainly appreciate the strong feelings that are being expressed. We are in close contact with our French colleagues, and we have no reason to believe that France will do anything other than continue to be part of the very carefully considered transition process as we look at our exit as previously agreed upon in Lisbon. I think with respect to the Eurozone debt crisis, look, it's not going to surprise you to hear me say that the United States cares deeply about what happens with this crisis. We have a great stake in the health and vitality of the European economic markets. European growth is essential for our growth. It's essential for global growth. And we know from our own experience that moving from crisis to recovery depends on rebuilding confidence and getting the economy to start moving again, producing jobs, producing growth. And Germany has been at the forefront of shaping the strategies to move Europe forward. And as the minister said, there's a lot of hard work ahead. We're not going to stand over here on the other side of the Atlantic and second guess, the tough questions that you have to answer in Europe. But we think that our European partners, led by Germany, have laid a solid foundation on which to build a recovery. I know President Obama and Chancellor Merkel speak often about this. I know that the minister met with Secretary Geithner earlier today. So we are encouraging German decision-making, German confidence building, German leadership, because it's in the interest not only of Europe, but of the United States as well.
Please allow me some words especially, of course, to the American journalists here, because I think for me it is very crucial and it's very important that you understand our point of view. We think a debt crisis cannot be solved and cannot be answered by making it easier to take up new debts. So we think it's necessary that we have structural reforms. So for us it's always a combination. Solidarity, and Germany showed a lot of solidarity. We put on the table for solidarity in the European Union 200 billion euro. If I would compare this to the economy and to the size of the economy in the United States of America, this would be $1 trillion. So we have to compare the sizes of our economy, and we have to compare, of course, the sizes of our countries. So I think this underlines it and makes it crystal clear that Germany knows their own responsibility, and all these programs are supported by a majority in the German Bundestag over all party lines, round about 70 or 80%. So I think this is a clear signal. But on the other hand, please understand us. If we just put money into the window, if we just put money on the table, and we wouldn't ask for structural reforms, we wouldn't solve the core of the crisis. So structural reforms, which increases the competitiveness in the countries, in the European Union, are essential. And we do not ask for anything more as Germany, as Germans, than what we delivered in the last 10 years by our own structural reforms. And this is the reason, together with the programs in the last 2 years, why Germany is so, with all modesty, successful in the European Union. So it's a combination of both. We think it's a debt crisis. It morphed into a confidence crisis. We have to answer both with solidarity, but also with structural reforms. This is our combination. And about Afghanistan, I just want to express one thing. Of course, we all feel sympathy with the families, with the victims. And we understand these discussions very well. You do, we do. But we should never forget why we are in Afghanistan. And Afghanistan may never become a safe haven for terrorists worldwide again. And this is the reason why we are there. We really are full of sympathy, and we want to express our deepest condolences. But we think we have to we have to continue because we protect our own security and our own freedom and way of life.